Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations, and in today's video, we're going to be diving into the top PvP comps that you absolutely should be testing out and playing for yourself if you are interested in grinding out some trophies, man. Some of these comps are going to be really interesting. Some of them are really fun to play, but some of them are also really hard and not very free-to-play friendly, all right? So without further ado, let's dive right in. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, to our first official team composition we've got for you guys, and that's going to be none other than the brand new pastry attack speed comp that you see everywhere right now, at least in the top 100 ranks of Arena, and especially when it comes to the whales. However, I do want to give you guys a little bit of a disclaimer here. This team composition is not free to play friendly, man, because you have to get multiple copies of Pastry Cookie, level up Pastry Cookie, have to have a ton of experience jellies to invest in these cookies, because a lot of these cookies you're not going to really use in any other content but Arena. And last but not least, you do need that brand new treasure. All right, so again, with all that being said, if you're a free-to-play player and you've already invested in a handful of other cookies, just you can skip over this team composition, in my personal opinion, because I don't think a free-to-play player is ever making it to top 100. That's just my personal opinion. All right, but with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the overall team composition and how exactly does it work. All right, so obviously, in order for this team composition to work, you got to have Pastry Cookie in here. Pastry Cookie, you know, the skill Battle Prayer pretty much just increases the attack speed of Pastry Cookie. Again, it's not the attack speed of the ultimate ability, it is the basic attack speed for Pastry. All right, now the next one up we've got obviously is going to be Pure Vanilla, just because obviously for the survivability, for healing, and also mitigating damage utilizing the shield. Next up, we do have the Mint Choco Cookie. Probably the only time anybody would ever utilize Mint Choco would be this team comp here, and that's going to be because the Battlefield Symphony is going to further increase the attack speed of everybody on the team. All right, so again, that's the only reason why Mint Choco is here. You're not going to utilize Mint Choco in any other content in the game, which again is why this team comp is not going to be free to play friendly. Obviously, then you've got Strawberry Crepe. 100% the best cookie for Arena, no matter what team comp that you are overall building. It adds a lot of survivability with utilizing the shields. And then last but not least, we do have Madeleine Cookie. All right, Madeleine Cookie, again, it just pairs really well with this team comp. All right, now because with it being an attack speed comp, Madeleine Cookie can do relatively decent damage, and not only that, it pretty much pops off the skill on Madeleine like crazily fast. And just with all of that mitigated together, it also helps with, you know, a little bit of tankiness, you know, adding that to the team, utilizing two defenses in the front to hopefully, you know, refrain from your cookies dying. All right, so again, that's going to be pretty much all you need to know about the comp. You do have to use that brand new Librarian's Enchanted Robes in order for this team comp to even work, because you're going to take advantage of the additional 45% of the attack speed buff. All right, diving into some official gameplay when it comes to the overall attack speed composition. Again, like I said, we did not invest a whole lot of resources into this team comp just because I don't utilize these cookies anywhere else in the game, so for me it just wasn't that valuable. But anyways, just so you guys get an idea, look at all these damage numbers, man. That's how much damage is constantly being put out utilizing this team comp. And like I said, this is only at the level that I currently have them at. Again, I haven't really built the team comp, but can you imagine at a full comp of level 60s, man? This would be absolutely brutal to go up against. Now, we do actually lose this match, even though it looks like it's coming down to a close call. They just were obviously way overpowered compared to my cookies. Again, though, keep in mind, it's not going to be free to play friendly, all right? So I just don't want to get a bunch of questions or people trying to build this team if you are 100% free to play or you're new diving in, because it's not going to really benefit you in any other content. All right, alrighty, now diving right into the number 2 comp we've got on the list, and that's going to bring us to the brand new cookie Red Velvet, and in my opinion, a better cool name is going to be the Bop comp. So with this Bop comp, the whole idea behind this team composition is pretty much utilizing Red Velvet on an attack build to then grab that enemy that's furthest away, instant kill them, and then if it doesn't kill them, stunning them for 5 seconds, so then you can get Vampire out there to then do additional damage, and then you just rinse and repeat taking out each individual unit or enemy one by one. All right, so that's pretty much how this team composition works. There's nothing too fancy here. Obviously, Vampire and Red Velvet would be on Searing Raspberries for the additional attack, and hopefully the Bop instantly kills whatever cookie that Red Velvet pulls. You got Strawberry Crepe there and Pure Vanilla for the survivability, and then also Licorice to add in to that a little bit of defense up, and then also the minions to mitigate and take some of the damage, right? For the individual treasures, though, we do end up utilizing the crit percent is probably going to be the #1 pick here. Another really good option would be utilizing something like the Gatekeeper's Ghost Horn to add to the overall defense of the cookies if you're a little bit low on damage resistance. However, my Red Velvet is not, all right? So that's pretty much what you need to know about this team comp. Nothing too crazy about it. Just understanding the cookies' skills and how they really work is what's going to make or break the team comp. Utilizing Strawberry Crepe here will allow Red Velvet to pop off the skill first. If you do not have Strawberry Crepe or another frontline cookie here, it will then inevitably push Red Velvet's skill to be the last in the rotation, so just keep that in mind. Diving into some gameplay here, so the first thing I want to let you guys know is we are running Searing Raspberries and not Swift Chocolates just for this battle, just so I can show you guys how this works in action. But as you just saw there, we did just scoop and snipe his Pure Vanilla, which pretty much takes his healing and his shields to just, you know, offer the damage mitigation, and with that being the case, it pretty much secured and won us the match. But in this team comp, you're pretty much just utilizing Red Velvet and then Vampire back and forth to then just pick off each cookie one by one, and there you have it. We won the match, and that's all you need to know about this team composition. Alrighty, now diving into the third composition we've got for you guys today, and that's going to be the Black Raisin comp. So for this particular comp, I mean, all you're really trying to do is pretty much just have Black Raisin do all of the damage to every single cookie. So in order to line that up perfectly, you want Latte's ability to pop off first. Latte is then going to suck all of the cookies to its center, and then you're going to have Black Raisin there to pretty much just, you know, clean house with its AoE ability, all right? But however, keep in mind, there is going to be some timing that needs to take place. You do need to have like 5 to 6% additional cooldown reduction on Latte in order to get Latte to pop off her skill before Black Raisins. But nevertheless, once you get this set up, it's a really nice, really nice system, all right? When it comes to the overall treasures here, we are using the Grim looking Scythe again, just for the additional crit percent to add to Black Raisin's overall attack when she does do that overall AoE ability. However, and then the other cookies are just going to be there for the additional sustain, right? So like the PVC, you've got Licorice, and then you've also got the Strawberry Crepe. Again, they're only going to add to your overall survivability, and then we've got, you know, the two main treasures for any content in the game, and that's going to be the cooldown Jelly Watch and then also the Old Pilgrim's Scroll for the additional attack damage. But that's pretty much all you need to know about this team comp. Again, it's really strong against other teams like Almond or things that do need to pop off right away, and in order to utilize Lattes, you could pretty much shut them down. Alrighty, now diving into the team composition we've got for you at number 4, and that is going to be any team centered around utilizing Almond. So when it comes to utilizing any team composition with Almond, as you can see here on screen, it's a very simple team to run. Your whole entire goal for this team is pretty much utilizing whatever single target damage dealer, whether that's being Rai, whether that's going to be Vampire, it doesn't matter. Whatever damage dealer you are trying to utilize when it comes to this team comp, your whole premise is turning the single target damage skill into an AoE with somebody like Almond, right? So Almond's skill will then basically chain enemies together. They all equally share the amount of damage that one of those cookies takes from whatever your damage dealer is. So in this case, Rai is going to be our damage dealer. This is the famous Raimon comp right here. Basically, Rai is going to pop off the ability. Almond's going to chain link all of the enemies together. Rai is going to do the damage to one of them, which then is going to simultaneously do all of that damage to all of the cookies that are chained together, hopefully killing some of those cookies, if not all of them. And then guess what? The fight's pretty much over at that point. But again, that's going to be what you need to know about the Almond comps. Again, like I said, you can swap these out for any additional single target damage dealer. Vampire here also fits really well, just because Vampire is then going to be able to bite one of the enemies. Again, all of them are going to share the additional damage, and then at the end of the day, hopefully you're killing all all of those cookies really, really fast, if not on the first turn, the second run of this, all right? So again, keep in mind, this one is not going to really help you once you get to the top ranks in Arena, just because I feel like if you don't have enough attack percent on your overall damage dealer, then you can be in trouble, because some of those teams at the higher ranks will be able to instantly shut down Almond, kill Almond, and then you're pretty much hosed when it comes to this team comp, so just keep that in mind. Last but not least, when it comes to the overall team comp, one of the ones that I have seen being built quite often as well, and that's going to be this Black Raisin Ginger Brave Almond comp. So basically, how this system is working, again, is pretty self-explanatory with all of the other Almond comps. You're utilizing Almond's chaining ability to then spread the damage of Black Raisin, right? Now, the reason why this one's a little bit different, and you are including a common cookie like Ginger Brave, is going to be because Ginger Brave has the ability to push back all of the enemies, basically grouping them together just like the Latte comp did, but basically pushing them all together, and then it's really going to help out with getting Black Raisin's skill to hit more of those cookies, and not only that, to make sure that Almond is chaining all of them together, so that hopefully you can instantly nuke them, all right? Now, when it comes to the overall treasures for any team composition when it comes to Almond, most of these team comps, you only have one damage dealer that you're worried about doing the most damage, and that's going to be why I think running something like the Lollipop is going to be the best way to go, especially over the Scythe, because the Scythe only increases the crit percent for all of the cookies by 28%, and the Lollipop is going to specifically increase the attack by 40% to the cookie with the highest attack, and then not only that, increasing the crit percent chance for that cookie as well, all right? So that's going to be the reason why I think using a Lollipop is going to be a better option here for utilizing any Almond comp that is relying on one damage dealer. I think that's going to be the best way to go. Alrighty, now diving into the last but not least team comp that we've got, and that's going to be the Stun comp, all right? So a lot of people are calling this the Ginger Brave or Lily Stun comp. So when it comes to this overall team composition, the premise is very, very simple, and it's a megaton of fun. I'm going to tell you that, guys, right now. I had a blast testing this out and running this, but basically you're going to utilize Ginger Brave here to once again push back all of those enemies. You're going to then jump across the line with Lily to stun them all, and that includes some of those speed comps, some of those Raisin comps, basically stunning all of the additional comps, utilizing Almond's ability to chain all of those enemies together, and then last but not least, utilizing Espresso and the Black Raisin's ability to then pretty much clean house with the AoE damage, all right? So again, really, really fun team composition. So as far as overall treasures for the specific team comp, obviously running the Scythe again is going to be a very good option, just because we have multiple damage dealers, not just one. But if you don't happen to have a lot of defense, or you're finding that your team is dying really, really fast according to other comps, then I would first obviously check your cooldown reduction on your cookies, right? Because you want to make sure that you are popping off your skills as quickly and as fast as possible. But beyond that, you can obviously swap out the Scythe for the Ghost Horn. Now, you will be sacrificing some additional crit percent, aka damage, but your cookies might be able to live and survive a little bit longer, just because you don't have any survivability for this team comp, and it's definitely not made for any sort of defense, all right? So just keep that in mind. Alrighty, now diving into some gameplay here. This is a really fun comp. This is going to be the Stun comp. As you can see, Ginger Brave pops off his push ability. Lily hits with that massive stun. We then chain everybody with Almond, and then pretty much Black Raisin and Espresso just clean house. We've got a few stragglers here, but then pretty much between Ginger Brave and then the additional damage, everybody's pretty much dead. So again, another really awesome comp to definitely try out, but really, really fun. But with that being the case, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be pretty much it when it comes to the overall team comp in this video. Again, I do apologize. I don't have the resources, and I'm not a whale in order to level up each one of these cookies and give you guys a true display of their overall attack sequence. But at the end of the day, you guys get the premise. It's all about just the skill timing, how the skills are popping off, and utilizing the skills to your advantage. Again, if you haven't checked out my build guides, definitely hop down below in the description of this video is going to be the Discord link. We've got a ton of stuff pinned there. We've got things like what are the best toppings for each individual cookie, what cooldown percentages you are looking for, and we've got over 1,000 players that we can give you as much advice as possible. So with that being said, as always, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get notification every time we drop a video, and I will see you guys on the next one.